Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So I'm actually recording a few videos today. So I wanted to talk about kind of balancing your family life, your work life, and your school life now that you are preparing to start nursing school. So first off, like my program actually had this contract, and it was a piece of paper and it said let's say my name Jeanette, I'm working towards my RN license, my family is like my support, therefore my family member's name, and this would be my spouse, will work hard to keep the house clean, do chores, do whatever it is to give me, Jeanette, the time that I need to study and succeed in nursing school. So it's something like that, and I thought it was kind of nice. Some of my friends actually got their significant other to sign it. I didn't because my husband already was doing all that stuff because I've been in classes and I've been working. So the whole point of that was just to really help you communicate with your family members and let them know that your life is going to change. And that happened, we got that during orientation, and I couldn't wait to come home and just, talk with my husband about kind of what they told us. So a lot of the teachers and the counselors were asking, so how are you going to do it, being married, or how are you going to do it with having kids, how are you going to do it being a single mom, etc. So it was frustrating for some people to have these questions because for the most of us, if I am here, if I've applied, if I want to be a nurse, we already would have figured that out. But I will say this, someone dropped out of the program or gave up or just did not show up because they couldn't find sitters. So like I mentioned, it takes a while to finish all your prereqs, to apply, to get in, and then to be accepted and then go to orientation for you not to have work on, let's say, a babysitter for your kids, because you need reliable friends and family to help you through this time. So that's pretty much the talk that I had with my husband. The hardest part is you telling yourself that you will have to make sacrifices in order to succeed in nursing school. For me, I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, well that means I can't go to family breakfast every single Saturday, or I can't go to Sunday brunch with my family every single Sunday. If there are vacations, I won't be able to take part in them, etc. And that's hard to do, especially if you're very close with your family, to now have to kind of tell yourself, well, nursing school is more important, therefore I need to prioritize nursing school. So that's actually what I did. I left my full-time job and kept my 2 part-time jobs, and I gave up my full-time job, which means full-time pay with benefits, etc., to be able to go to nursing school. So that's something that I had to give up. So I guess the takeaway is write down everything that you do, that you have, that you're doing, and start taking away some of those things, or shifting the amount of time that you dedicate to each of those to make time for nursing school. Those that don't prioritize nursing school will have a harder time succeeding, because let's say if there's people don't text me until I'm recording. So do that, and just make sure that because you're adding something as heavy as nursing school, you have to make sure that you kind of calculate your time and what you have available and see how you can make it work. I will say this, there are people that are working 40-hour weeks, attending school, doing well, wife, taking care of kids, etc. So it's possible. So I kind of will tell you what I've been doing, and then what I've had some of my friends tell me that they have been doing to be able to be successful in nursing school. And like I said, this is I just finished my first semester, and so for everyone it was a transition. Some of us are not used to being in school 4 days a week. Some of us are not used to being away from family for that long. Some of us are not used to being away from infants, babies, children, etc. Husbands, spouses, wives, etc. So that's pretty much it. So for me, I do like studying. I have like my date nights with my husband. I work. So for the jobs that I actually kept, I told myself to start off working 15 hours a week. And then kind of evaluate how that's affecting my studying and my learning. Because again, with nursing school, you don't want to just know enough to be able to pass the 75, or it may be a different percentage for you. You want to really know the information. So for me, 15 hours is pretty good. It leaves me quite a bit of time to be able to study, to go to class, to have study sessions, long study sessions. So I really do like that. So for you, if you need to still work, go ahead and talk to your employer. Can you start getting on like a fixed schedule, so you know that, let's say if you work Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, then you have all the other days to now move around everything that you used to do for nursing school and your personal life. So then when you know Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you know that you're not available for study sessions, for you to study. So that may mean that you have to study 2 days in advance before the exam, or maybe you have to, I don't know, study. You have to find the time to study before the exam. And let's say if the exam is Wednesday, that means you have to study hard Friday and Sunday, Monday, and then you can't Tuesday because you're working, and then the test is Wednesday. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's see. For me, I kind of started doing this, but then I realized this may not be the best. This is kind of like from Target. I created my study schedule in like Excel, and it has literally every single day. It has the blocks of time when I'm in class. It has the blocks of time when I'm at clinical. It has the blocks of time that I've put aside for myself to study. And then go to the gym, and anything that I know that I'll be doing every single week, it'll just be blocked off. So then I would be left with the cells that are open to pencil in what I have to do. So just my point here is go through the week, block out your time for school, and you should be studying every day. Like, even if it's just an hour, let's say if you're having a slow week, study every single day, because with nursing school, there's really studying before a test or the day before a test is just not good. And again, that may be different for people, but for me, I like to set up study sessions, start studying a week before, break it down, let's study 2 chapters this day, 2 more chapters that day, and by the end of the week, I have studied and given a good chunk of my time for that exam. So the whole goal here, you have your entire week, sit down, plan, find out when the hours that you're in class, find out if you have any study sessions you need to plan with some of your classmates. If you're working, block that time out. And then here we go. For those that have small children, it's hard, as I have a close friend who has small children, and because nursing school could be 2 or 4 years, that time away could just be hard, especially for the memories, the childhood memories that they may feel like they're missing out on. So like, I plan date nights, plan a family night, plan let's say a Saturday is family day, go to the zoo, go do something together. And then you may not be able to keep that every single week depending on exams, etc., but at least you could really plan for those days and make them memorable for your children. So they won't think like, oh, mommy and daddy, I haven't seen mommy and daddy, they got home late, we haven't done anything. So they don't feel that. If it's, let's say, after Thursday clinical, you just go home because you're usually tired, make it a board game night, and every Thursday night you're just playing with your kids. So schedule that in there. Like I mentioned, let's say if you played and read them bedtime stories every single night, maybe your spouse can do it, or maybe your mother, father, or anyone else that can step in, just to keep that routine going with your own children. And then so you won't feel that guilty. I hate using that word, but and just remember, you're doing this most likely for them, to provide them a better future, etc. So sketch out those times where you know it's family time, really. And let's see, so for clinicals, I have a friend whose parents or in-laws, they actually stay over the night, take care of the children, because for the most part you'll be waking up at 4 something and being at your clinical site by 5 or 6 a.m. and for the most part daycares are not open at that time, so their in-laws actually stay the night, or they could come really early in the morning, so when you leave, someone's home with them, and then they would have the responsibility of taking them to daycare. That really helps, and I can't stress it enough. Like, I don't have any kids, but if I were doing nursing school with kids, I would, just like I mentioned, everyone who's close to you, explain to them how important nursing school is for you, and then see how they can help make it easier. If someone can pick up your children after school and bring them to the after school program or daycare for you, then that gives you time to, you know, finish a study session or finish school and then grab them, or just taking care of them when you're at clinical. And that's another thing too, you never know what will happen to your own kids or your family members or anyone like that. So having really trustworthy close friends and family, if your kid gets sick, you're at the clinical site, who can go pick them up, who can bring medicine, who can pick it up until you're able to leave. Especially for clinical, you're only allowed to miss a certain amount of hours because it's limited hands-on experience, and if you miss the 2 days out of 6, I mean, you're probably gonna fail. So start thinking about those people that can actually help you out, and don't be prideful. If you're used to doing everything on your own, this is probably the time that you want to open up, share with those that are close to you that you will probably need help, and that's okay. At least for my husband, sometimes I'll get really stressed and I'll be really quiet or something, and I'm not quiet at all. I mean, I talk a lot. So he'll probably buy me something small here and there, or just try to make me feel better and less stressed. So all that to say, reach out to those, because you can definitely just benefit from having those close friends and family. Also, once you start making friends in nursing school, I mean, I feel like these bonds will be with you like forever, or at least for the remaining of the nursing program. Get close to some of these peers of yours. If you guys need anything, lean on each other. I've had car problems, and like I said, my school's an hour away, and I've had friends that are like, hey, we have an extra spare bedroom. I can go meet you. I can bring you to class. And I can't tell you how amazing. Am I about to cry? Okay, anyways, I'm just blessed to have built these relationships in such a short amount of time, because I mean, what would happen if, let's say, my car just breaks down and I can't get to nursing school? Like, that's it. So I'm just happy that I have friends that are willing to let me crash with them, pick me up, etc. Because we all have the end goal of finishing nursing school together. So yeah, hopefully that helped you guys. I've had some people actually have a calendar that they put up for, let's say, if you have your study sessions or your school or exams, you can put it on your refrigerator, and then let's say if your husband or whoever your significant other can see what you're doing, and then if you have like, okay, make sure to go grocery shopping at this day, just kind of leave it to them to kind of figure things out. It helps because sometimes they just don't know what's going on. So leaving them like a calendar where they can always know what you are doing, that can help. Let's see. I think that's just about it. So I guess the takeaway, evaluate what you're doing now. Find out how much time you're spending doing what, and then find out how much time you'll need for nursing school. And like, for the most part, you'll probably start your semester, and then you'll start realizing, oh, okay, I only need 15 extra hours in the week on top of my classes to be able to finish all my homework, studying, etc. And that's great. So then you'll start like documenting that in something like this where you can just see it all in a week. And then sometimes you'll figure out like 15 hours is not enough, so I need to find 10 more hours from somewhere. And that's when you'll start looking at your list of things like, oh, if you used to volunteer 5 hours every single Saturday, maybe you need to break that down to 2 hours every single Saturday just to use that extra time. For like family, stay in contact with them. If you can call in between classes, send pictures, little videos, sketch out family time. That will help. If you know things in advance, let's say if there are weddings going on, see if that will align with your school schedule, and then say if you can make it, and if not, apologize way in advance. And let's see what else. So you have that. Your own personal time. Don't forget to put some chunk of time for you to either go work out, go shopping. And again, some of this stuff may not be every single week. It just really depends. Like, you'll probably realize your stress level will be a little higher during exam weeks, and therefore you can't see past the exam that's coming your way. So this is kind of a side note. If you work out, try to keep working out, even if it's just walking for 20 minutes. Like, that's what happened to me. I used to work out all the time, and then nursing school came. I just couldn't see past that exam. And then we all started kind of gaining weight. So now I'm trying to reincorporate my working out schedule with school, and just to make that work. So I think that's it. Go ahead and talk to your family members. Let them know what nursing school is about. When you start nursing school, take the first 2-3 weeks and find out how you're managing it. Then tweak your schedule. Make sure to include time for yourself, your family, studying, classes, working out. And then make sure to lean on each other, especially your peers. Talk to some of those family members that can help you in any way possible. If someone can start cooking, and then they'll just bring you, and you can freeze dinners and you don't have to cook. Maybe you can hire a cheap like house cleaner just to kind of lightly clean your house, etc. So hopefully that's helpful. I don't know how else I can talk about that. Just communicate with your family, tell them what you need. Understand that what you're doing is for them, and be okay just being a student at times. And just remember that you give a little and you take a little from different parts of your life. And at this point, you are in nursing school, and one of the top priorities should be attending school, learning, and being the best nurse that you can be. So I think that's about it. I will say this, it will fly by. I really can't believe how quick first semester went. My second semester is only a 5-week semester for mental health, and I know that's just gonna fly right by. So although you're making all these sacrifices, it will be worth it. It really will. And until next time, I should say, if you have any questions, leave in the comments below, or Instagram me, tweet me. I think that's about it, guys. All right, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share the videos. All right, bye.